December 2011, a group of our Educate Lanka volunteers took a trip to Sri Lanka to carry out our work on the ground. This trip was especially significant and an exciting one for me because it was the first time that most of our volunteers got an opportunity to witness our work and also meet the students in person. There are two main pillars behind the success of Educate Lanka: the students we serve and the volunteers who work behind the scenes to make all that possible. Witnessing all the hard work put in by our volunteers really inspires me. And every time I visit our students back home and witness how our efforts have given them hope for a better future, I come back even more motivated and inspired to do what I do with a greater passion.
There's a ripple effect in helping these children. When you help these students, you're changing the life of the student, their families, the community, and by doing all that, you're changing your life.
The day of the ELF scholarship, what touched me the most was seeing not only the students, but also their families. And what made me the most happy about that was just seeing, prior to going to Sri Lanka, we had read all their stories. We knew about some of their financial circumstances. Some of them had parents that were disabled. But I think, when we saw those families, the parents and everything, it all kind of tied together. And to see the impact of what little we do here and what an amazing impact it is there.
For the last 5 years, Manjula has come back with great stories about his experience with all the scholarship distributions he had done in the past. This was definitely a really nice experience, meeting most of these students, especially meeting the parents, the stories that they had to tell about their kids and how they have brought up their kids, the hardships that they had to face bringing up their kids.
And then to me, I also noticed one boy in particular who was blind, and he already was challenged in life. He couldn't see, and to know that he is academically doing really well and that we were able to make such an impact is what really touched me.
Seeing the kids in Sri Lanka who were deprived of all these basic necessities, and especially who were so talented and who basically hold such a great future in front of them, but can't get there mainly because they don't have the funding to pursue an education. So this is when I was introduced to Educate Lanka, and when I saw this with my own eyes and saw how the funding that is being provided from Educate Lanka Foundation touched these students and changed the course of their lives basically for the better, it really touched me personally and kind of gave me a sense of reality.
It's amazing the feeling you get when you know that you have made a difference in someone's life. That feeling is priceless.
I've been reading a lot of difficulties, reading letters of all the difficulties that most of these students have, but it was the first time that I was actually able to meet these students and their families, and then to firsthand get to know what they're actually going through.
But I had heard about ELF back in 2007 from a close friend of mine, and when I heard about it, what surprised me the most was how much of an impact ELF has in the community here and in back home in Sri Lanka. I think what made me the most surprised though is to see how much talent the ELF crew has. There's so many people involved in this organization and everyone's just a volunteer. And to see what impact they can do there with each person having a different role is what surprised me the most.
We started with 10 students and we have grown up to more than 300 students within the past 6 years. So if more people help and if we can get more volunteers from all over the world, I'm sure we would definitely be able to spread this model to different countries and replicate the same model in other countries as well.
I think by volunteering at Educate Lanka, it has made me a little bit more sensitive towards other people's needs. It has made me greatly value the little bit I have, and also realize that there are less fortunate people than me. And it has taught me not to take things for granted and to reach out a helping hand.
You want them to believe in the power of education. Education is power. Education is everything.
I've definitely learned so much from Educate Lanka Foundation, and definitely from our president Manjula Lanka. He has taught us a lot, and also these kids. These kids have definitely taught us a lot about life. I mean, things that we take for granted. $10, for instance. What we give them is just $10, but what they make out of the $10 is just monumental.
There are two things that motivate me. One of them would be knowing that our efforts would not be going a waste. Knowing that somebody, somewhere would be making use of it. And knowing that we are producing doctors, engineers, teachers. That's a great thing to know that we're doing. The second thing that motivates me would be my friends. All these volunteers together work towards one goal, towards educating students.
It has definitely been a great experience.
Really has been wonderful working with a group of dedicated, passionate and free-spirited individuals working towards a cause. I think it really epitomizes everything great about being human and also being Sri Lankan.
I feel really privileged to work with an organization like the Educate Lanka Foundation.
It has been a life-changing experience.
Working for Educate Lanka has enlightened me, educated me and empowered me to fight for a cause.
Truly grateful for Rashan and Manjula for starting an organization like this and then trickling it down to volunteers like us who actually have learned something out of it and are really satisfied with what we do right now.